Hey everybody, welcome back to Table of Geeks. Today we are talking about a franchise very dear and near to our hearts. Our very first episode was about Mass Effect, and we're doing it again because Ali wants to talk about Mass Effect. So once again, I am joined by Coots,
He will be going
Emma,
AFK for just a minute.
Adios.
and Ali.
Yo.
So we're gonna be doing Mass Effect. Ali, you were not with us, unfortunately, for our first episode, and where we talked about this beautiful, beautiful world that we love. So why don't you get us started? Like, what got you into Mass Effect? I'm assuming it has something to do with the Asari, and what do you like about it?
So I feel like I might have shared this story previously, but so a very interesting fact. I used to own a Wii back when I was but a wee lass of the age of wee lass. And I didn't use my Wii a whole lot. Like I played Twilight Princess because I thought Midna was cute and I thought Link was cute
Okay.
and Wolf. But at the same time, I was not a fun puzzle loving girly. Like I wanted instant gratification and I couldn't figure out how to use my laptop to look up guides yet. So I was kind of mid about the Wii. Well, all of a sudden on a bus ride, I sit next to my ex, who was psycho, but I digress. We started having a conversation and he mentioned Mass Effect and how you could have lesbian alien sex. And I was like, what? And don't ask how we got onto this conversation either, because I don't know. But we did get onto the conversation on the school bus. So he told me about how you could have hot lesbian alien sex. And the whole thing was you could have a customized avatar that was a female. So basically, I sold my Wii, I sold all of my Wii games, I sold all of the accessories. I bought an Xbox 360, the really cheap, shitty first one that came out that red ringed,
Yeah.
and mine did, which was terrifying because I was near the end of my first Mass Effect playthrough,
Mine
like
never
right at the
did.
climax
Mine still
point.
works.
Uh, well, mine didn't, but I digress. So I bought that, and then I got Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2 because if there was hot lesbian alien sex, I'm in.
I mean, I don't
Mostly
blame you.
fair.
I wonder what alien you could possibly be referring to.
Hmm.
Tally.
I so badly wanted to fuck her.
Listen, there's
And
a
I
magical thing
couldn't.
on mods.
This is true, but I wanted
Yeah.
it to be canon.
I know, me too.
All right, so Coots and Emma, we both already. I mean, the three of us already talked about what we got us into Mass Effect in the first episode, but that was like 5,000 years ago. So if you guys want to quickly talk about what got you into Mass Effect, and then we can go on into new business.
Mine is super
Mine was
simple.
also an ex. He was like, actually, it was the music before it was the game. It was specifically
Okay.
the Normandy Reborn, which is one of the first songs
Was it a
in
tree?
the second game. It was, yeah. And he was. This is going on the internet, Emma. Uh, anyway, he was listening to orchestral music, and he was like, "I just really listen to orchestral music." I will let you infer my opinion on that. Maybe I'll save it. I'll save it for the After Dark podcast. But it was a really good song, and I really liked it. It was like, wow, this is incredible. I was like, can you play more music? So then he played The Elusive Man, and I was like, oh my god, this is bangers. These are bangers. What is happening? I was like, I gotta play this game. So I think no, I still had my my previous ex-boyfriend's Xbox 360, and mine was also a piece of shit. It never red ringed for me, but the tray did stick, so I had to hit it at like just the right consistency at just the right time, or else the tray wouldn't pop open. I miss those 360 days, and I kind of don't though. I have an Xbox One X now, so I love my HDR 4K. But I popped in Mass Effect 1. I was like, I can play a girl? Fuck yeah! And then I ended up just really liking it, and falling in love with it. I played through the first game. I remember so distinctly. I would sit up at night. It was summertime. I would sit up so late at night in this big green chair that I just recently got rid of, this big green chair. And I would get like 3 blankets, one for my lap, one for my arms, like to go around me, and then one to go across the top of me. And I would like have my little controller beneath the blanket. And then at some point I would go and I would make the like instant noodle in the styrofoam cup, and it was hot and spicy beef every time. And that is what I lived off of that summer, was Mass Effect and hot and spicy beef and 3 blankets at one time. It was great.
Okay.
Just to show the viewers how much of a
I love
nerd
that
Emma
for you.
is, by the way. Her name on Discord is Jedi Spartan in 7. I bet you can't imagine the 3 things that she loves more than anything else.
It is actually specifically, and I think I talked about this in the first episode, it is
You did.
specifically a reference to
Yep.
Jennifer Hale, because she is
Got it.
Ayla Secura in the Clone Wars TV show. She is Basta Lashan in the original KOTOR games. Obviously, she's FemShep, so in 7. And she's also Agent, I want to say Palmer, the redheaded teal Spartan in Halo 4. And I was like, that bitch is awesome. And then I found out she's a bunch of other shit. Like she's June in Avatar: The Last Airbender. And she's also Cinderella. Not the original Cinderella from like the 40s, but the
What?
Cinderella. Every Cinderella that's been in canon ever since then. So like Sophia the First, Cinderella 2 and 3, all Jennifer Hale.
You recently became a fan of X-Men 97, and she voices Jean Grey in X-Men 97. So
Yeah, she's incredibly famous, and I love her.
So you ready for my
So much.
my 2-sentence explanation of how I got into Mass Effect?
sure.
Yes.
So I met this nerd named Jose, who was my who he used my wife as what's the term for it?
Beard.
Your beard, yes, thank you. After I met Jose and his lovely husband, Jose had been talking to me about you would enjoy Mass Effect. So I got it, and I played it, and my femshep looked like a crack whore who upgraded to being a morphine addict.
They always did, dude. They
always
always
did.
did.
Literally, that's the first one. I went to the second one. I'm like, when did I give you pink eyebrows? What the fuck?
And then there's the EA, like in the cutscenes where they're like their eyelashes are put. That's not a ghost; it's a cat moving my chair. This is a pagan household. I do feel I need to clarify that. But anyway, the cutscene, their eyelashes would like clip through, or their eyelids would clip through
Yeah.
their eyelashes, and they always were like half closed lids, and it was so weird. And it would be like the most emotional moments, but the characters are like doing this number the whole time. And I was like, please, please.
With me, I remember, excuse me, when I came out, I was looking for games where you can be in like a relationships. I wanted a game that had romance, and I found Dragon Age, which is another BioWare property, and I fell in love with it, and I still love it to this day. And then Michael's cousin, shout out to Mario, he was telling me to play Mass Effect, and I'm like, nah, space, guns, not my thing. I'm not. I don't even like Star Wars or Star Trek. Like, I don't. No, I don't like
How
it.
little he
So-
knew.
Yeah, and so I was like, I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna try it. And so he was like, well, you like people with powers, right? You can be someone with powers known as biotics. And I'm like, I'm not gonna try it. So then, one year, my dad gave me Christmas money because he doesn't like doing surprise gifts, and I went to spend it to buy myself presents. And I went to GameStop, and I saw part 1 and 2, and I was just gonna, you know what? I'll just buy it. I'll give it a try. And then salesperson was like, "Well, this has all 3 games and the DLC in it. Why don't you buy this?" And I'm like, "Okay, fine. It's cheaper. Has all 3 games. Has DLC. Let's do this." And I didn't. I got it in December. I got it on Christmas Day, and I didn't play it until February of the following year. That's how little interest I had. And I played it to get away from the drama at home because my brother and his girlfriend and their kids moved in temporarily. And while they were very good house guests, there was a lot of people in a 1-bedroom apartment. So I played the game to get away from it, and I've been hooked ever since. It has become my favorite video game franchise ever. I love it more than Pokemon. I like it more than Dragon Age. I have a bunch of like merchandise that you can see here. I have a lot more, but they're in storage.
A Garrus body
So
pillow behind
I
you.
got into it. My Garrett's body pillow, yes.
Preach, King.
And yeah, so now that we got that out of the way, let's go with our favorite characters. Anybody want to chime in? Like, Coots, do you want to tell us who your favorite character is?
I think we should clarify that we're not allowed to pick Shepard because obvi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the most difficult
Wait, what?
decision.
Wait, well, let's do what we did for the Bioware, the Baldur's Gate episode. What is your favorite companion and your favorite like NPC?
Favorite companion is, nobody would have guessed this, Tally. Because I love Tally. I
No.
love Tally. This is what's gonna throw all of you. My favorite NPC is I forget her name. The like queen, the insect queen.
The Rachni Queen?
Yes,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you. I love her.
I love the Rachni Queen.
Okay.
Why?
I
Yeah, why?
like basically how it's you can go two different like you can go two different ways. You can go one way where it's like she's evil, and the other way is like you understand that this is a living creature that cares about her offspring, and she wants to like basically protect them. And then then the third game, I believe when it says when what was it, they who was it that was it
Oh,
the
the Asari?
yes, it's like it's no, like in the third game where she gets like all fucked up by what's it called,
Oh, the Reapers?
Reapers, and like you have to like decide what you're
You-
going to do.
You forgot Reapers?
I forgot
No,
Reapers.
not-
Listen, I have 4 hours of sleep. I am
Would be
tired.
disappointed.
But yeah, like I remember this like. I just thought it was such an interesting thing because normally in most games it's like insect bad. It's like here's like you can learn why, you can protect them, you can like you understand why they're doing that. Like it's I love the idea of sympathizing with something that's normally seen as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I
Well-
just realized. Wait, real quick. This can be
Uh-huh.
a public health service announcement. Now, guys,
Oh.
Coots is very, very tired, and he forgot what Reapers are while talking about a game he enjoys called Mass Effect. I'm high, and I am remembering more than Coots is. That is why you always need to get your sleep.
Remember, kids, don't work at a youth detention center that gets cut funding by Donald Trump. Anyways, back to the podcast.
All right then. So
For the
yeah,
podcast, that's my favorite. Anyway,
you know
moving
what I
on.
like about the Recti Queen is that you think you're doing the right thing, and then it turns out you're not. Like I remember I saved her both times because I wanted the Recti to help out with the construction of the Crucible, and you get that help. But if you read the Codex, some bad shit happens if you save her because turns out she's not good in the third game. So oops on that one. Emma, yeah. So Emma, who is your favorite character, your companion, and then NPC? I am all over the place. I'm sorry.
The Rachni Queen, really quick. I want to jump in on
Okay.
that. So number one, the Rachni Queen is good. It's an offset of the Rachni who were under experimentation who got indoctrinated that become bad. That's what happens. Which I think happens whether or not you save the Rachni Queen. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But it's indoctrination at the end of the day. It's the Rachni Queen. She's queen through and through. Also, I loved, like, you're in a universe, right? A universe. Like a whole fucking universe. Not just like, oh, it's a universe that a story happens. No, like it takes place over the span of a galaxy, right? So you're dealing with all these different races and all these different species and all these different cultures. And at the end of the day, they're still kind of humanoid. I mean, even the fucking, not the Volus, the elephants.
The
Elcor?
Hanar?
Oh, the Alcor.
Yes, the
the
Alcor.
The
Alcor.
Hanar.
The Alcor.
Well, I mean, the Hanar is probably the best example of the exception, but they're all kind of humanoid-esque, and they all kind of communicate in a
Nintendo
similar
this.
way. And
This
yeah,
one
yeah, they
does.
still kind of have like, even though their cultures are vastly different, like we talked about in the last episode with the matriarchy and the patriarchy of the Asari, there is no patriarchy. They're still kind of similar in a way. And then you have the Rachni, who are bugs. and they're almost kind of like a fucking tyrannid stand-in. Like they devour, and like they you see them as like these evil bugs, and we see bugs and we think, ah, squish, bugs. Bugs mean disease. Bugs mean rot. Bugs mean bad. But then you like start talking to the Arachnite Queen, and the way that they communicate is a song. And specifically, the reason that like the Arachnite Wars were happening is because there was an offshoot again that got separated, and they were not able to be taught the song. They didn't know how to listen to the rest of their songs, their people's songs, and so they were listening to. I think it was like discordant harmonies or something. Is what she says. It's been fucking years, but I love that. I truly love that. It made the galaxy feel more like a galaxy where there were other life forms that had evolved in different ways. Anyway, that's my Arachnite Queen. Side note.
Man, hearing you talk about how humanitarian, human like the Rachni are, at least with the queen, it's so nice. It makes me feel so much better knowing that I made them go completely extinct.
Thank you, Allie. Thank you, Allie. You said exterminate those bugs.
Yeah, it was so nice. Just
I
being
saved
like, oh,
spiders that get inside of our
look at-
apartment.
look at all of this culture that will go to waste. It's not a waste if no one knows what it is.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Oh my
That
god.
breaks my little heart.
Kayla Dutani brought to you by Allie.
What's your favorite companion?
My favorite companion in the whole of the game. This is gonna be stereotypical. And you guys are gonna go, Emma, can you go one fucking episode? Just one episode without mentioning an assassin. And to that I say, fuck you. No.
Joke's
period.
on you, that'll easily fit.
Listen, I hear you like remembering, Emma.
Don't you bring D&D into this, it's still too fresh. My favorite companion is a solid tie, though to be fair, it's between Liara and it's between Thane. Liara, I really love her romance. I love that like you don't even get her in the second and she becomes so cold and distant. They have to like work to get her back. And the Shadowbreaker DLC that I have finally got to play like 2 or 3 years ago because I was broke as a child and I couldn't afford all the DLCs. Thanks EA. Now they get so much of my fucking money. Don't ask me how much money I've spent on The Sims 4. It's bad. But I finally get to play it, and that like adds such a layer to it is, and it adds such a layer to their romance, and it's just it's so good. The first
baby blue babies.
It was. It's so good. It's so good. I want to say it's at the end of 2, where if you don't romance anybody the whole game through, right before you go into the suicide mission, you have like a photo of the person that you romanced in the first game, and you just like stare longingly at it. And I did that with Liara, and I just stared at a little picture of Liara. And it was so lesbian yearning coded, and I
just kept looking. I was like, "Don't worry, BB, I got you.
I love you. I love you." And then of course there's Thane, and I love Thane. And first of all, he doesn't need the silver hair. Okay, he doesn't have hair. He has scales, and we don't need to look too deep into that. We don't certainly will be looking too deeply into his orb-like black fucking eyes.
I like being able to lick him, and next thing you know, you're hallucinating like a toad. I think that's hysterical. I'm like, I beg your fucking pardon.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When you're talking to Morden, and you're like romancing someone on there, he'll give you like different kinds of like health stuff. So it's like for Jack, he'll be like, be sure to double check for STDs, all that other stuff. For Thane, he tells you, hey, just so you know, swallowing, you're gonna see some shit. Garrus, he's like, be careful not to swallow because your DNAs are different, and that's really fucky.
It's I love Morden too. I can't believe I didn't say Morden. Morden's also tied. Fuck you. Morden's also tied in my list. And but Thane is just like, also he's a dad, which they didn't do a ton with. I'm gonna be real, and I wasn't crazy about his kid, but fictional dads are, dare I say, actually, maybe fathers in general, but specifically fictional dads.
You tell.
Delicious.
I think that as a stepmother,
you're gay.
like stepmommy coming in and helping your boy not commit
Wow.
murder. I think that's a pretty good flex as a stepmom.
Yeah. Ah, it's so good. It's so good.
Wow. Wow.
You're gay.
And then of course
I love that.
Short.
Ah, you're gay.
There's
I'm
a short.
okay. No, that's out of context. That sounds
Oh, I'm
so
making
bad.
that into a fucking short.
It sounds so bad out of context. Oh, I'm gonna
I'm a
get
dad.
canceled.
You're gay.
And she did it so accusingly, like that guy from like the others at the very end, where it's like, oh no, it's him too. He's just pointing and like, doing that little screech.
I could have said you're married. Like that's less cancelable. Come on.
I am.
Gay.
This is not a safe space. This is not a safe space. Last week I got called the F slur. Now today I got told I'm not a good daddy because I'm gay.
Hey, you said you liked it.
Oh my god.
All right, Emma, save us. Who's your favorite NPC?
My
You said
favorite
they were
NPC
gross.
is basic bitch answer. It's gonna be a basic bitch answer. I loved Anderson. The first game I didn't really understand Anderson as my first like playthrough until I got to the third game, and then I was like, oh, this is like a mentor type situation. Because until that point, my all fucking tistic ass, right? I'm like, oh, he's just giving me orders. Okay, cool. But then we get to the third game, and I'm like, oh no, he's a mentor. And so when I go back through and I played it my second time, where I played Biotic the second time. I played Vanguard the whole way through the first time, but the second time I was like, wow, guns fucking suck in the first one. Hey, you give me full Biotics, which kind of sucks when I want to go with Liara and I can't because she's anyway.
Yeah, you can.
Anderson-
You just play better.
Yeah, but I'm bad at games.
Oh.
I like to play them, but I'm not good at them. And Coots can attest because he plays League of Legends with me, and I'm not good in that either.
Emma, why are you running at the enemy as a support? Emma, you're Soraka. Emma, I'm gonna kill them both. They're full health.
I'm not good, but I like
made it a
them.
mission to get the 100% achievement in every version of Mass Effect in existence, and the only one that I still need to complete is Steam's Legendary.
Real quick,
I like that.
let's have a real quick question for everybody. This is completely off tangent. Does it matter how much health you have? It takes a percentage of it. This thing takes a percentage of the health. Does the amount of health you have matter?
Is this like an opinionative question or is this a math question?
This is whenever you
Like,
were
are you
playing
asking me-
Soraka, who whenever you heal people, it takes 8% of your health, and you built health.
Hey, in my defense, that was he who does not names build. Who we do not names build. He
Okay, back to
suggested
Mass
that.
Effect. All right, that was just something that's
Hey,
always bothered
hey.
me. Emma.
I don't know what you
Okay.
guys are talking about, and that makes me mad.
neither.
It's
Me
a bullshit
too.
game. Don't worry about it. You don't want to know and
Play it.
cleanse your healthy virgin minds.
Okay. Allie,
So anyway,
who's
I
your
really
favorite?
like these sorry tits.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, dude, hell yeah.
I had to. You mentioned virgin eyes, but I digress. So
I
Favorites?
antagonized you.
Leave Allie alone in any
Favorite
context.
companion.
Titties.
So anyway, fat tits. I mean, I do adore Liara's story when you like view her in certain lights. Like, I don't know. She's my favorite companion, one because I adore her romance, but I feel like even if you don't romance her, her obsession with you is explainable. Everything that she does have a reasoning behind it. Like, she's naturally an obsessive person. You understand this from how obsessed she was about Protheans. Like, you were touched by a Prothean, touched by an angel. I digress. But like, there's a reason for why, and like, I don't know. I have my own headcanon idea for what the next Mass Effect game is going to have in it.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah, like, I'll save that for later, but I just feel like in my mind it makes sense.
Mhm.
And I'll leave it at that.
I wanna know because
NPC.
like when we get to that, I definitely want to know because you and I are one of the only ones here who I think we're the only ones here who played Andromeda, and I think the
Yeah.
next one's gonna combine kind of both. So I definitely want to know about that. But anyway, NPC.
NPC, I really liked Arya. Not
Yes.
gonna lie, I loved how Arya actually offered a better glimpse into the hard side of living out there, like, the terminus system, but how she can also be warm. Like, there are scenes where the number one rule on Omega, don't fuck with Arya. Super simple. At the same time, she let a woman whose daughter died talk to her and ask, "What do you think happened?" And Arya actually listened and like felt like something was off. Like, there's just things that she does where you can see why she is a ruler, but also how she handles the patriarch. You understand how she viewed it as an insult because it meant nothing to her, but how to every single other race it is still a term of endearment that she also came to appreciate. Also, she's just fucking badass, and I love when she smooches you
Yes,
if
she
you're
is.
a little renegade.
Yes, I was about to say it's also
Yes.
different if you're upon your gender. If you're
Yup.
femshep, she will smooch you. If you're broshep, she will not.
It's official, she
Actually, that
tops.
I think she did because I think she did kiss me,
Yeah, she'll kiss
and
you
I
if
was
you're a
emotional.
boy, she just won't like it. She's just
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
smooch, ill,
Yeah.
gross, get the fuck off of me. But if you're a girl,
Same.
she lingers a little.
Okay. With me, my favorite companion, and I think this is mostly because of I romanced them, and that's Kate and Alenko. I have right there, and there's a photo that the voice actor signed for me.
oh,
Um,
stick.
I love that for you.
yeah, my husband got me that, and then I got to watch on video as he signed it. He said my name a few times. I screamed. Uh, he goes, "Hey, Jose, coming at you," and I was like,
He also did Cartho Nassi and Kotor, who was like one of my number one childhood crushes growing up. So I
Raphael
went like
Sbarge.
directly from Kotor to Mass Effect. I was like, Garth is there!
Yep. Raphael Sabarge. I saw him on Charmed. I saw him on Once Upon a Time, Avatar. Yeah. So, yeah, I was really, really excited when he said my name while he was signing the autograph. Um, but I think if I had to pick a non-romance option, I would say Tally, because she gives me like little sister energy. So absolutely love her. As far as NPC, I was thinking like while you guys were talking, who who do I like? I was thinking like maybe Conrad Werner. Um, and then I was thinking, you know what?
Bold choice.
Yeah, I know,
Bold
right?
choice.
Probably a unique choice. Probably I'm alone on that island,
You
but
are.
I decided
I'd
to
let you
go with.
explain, like
Hey, you
show
got
your work
Wilson.
and
Well,
stuff.
I feel bad. I always feel bad for people who want to belong and are just viewed as annoying and not wanted, and they try so hard that it ends up becoming a problem.
They
You
got
know,
so far.
not. And I felt so bad for him. So I think that's kind of why I like him because I kind of feel bad for him. And I do love that in Andromeda we do get to meet her his sister.
Yes.
um
Oh my
and
god, I forgot about that, and I
yeah.
wish I still forgot it.
I think I put my kisses
Oh,
on me.
And she's insulting him, but she's like just as bad as he is.
yep.
But then I said no, I'm not gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with the best NPC, and that is Joker. I know we kinda
Very
technically
true.
get to play it
Fair.
we get to play as him a little bit in part 2 in that little
I wouldn't
scene
count
in
it.
the but I'm not gonna count that. Joker is the heart and soul of that game, in my opinion. Like, when I played Andromeda and I see someone else in that pilot's chair, I was like, "No, where's Joker?
Listen,
Why
Seth
why
Green
can't he also
also
be here?"
was great.
Seth Green, yes, he phenomenal in that role. I
He
absolutely
really
love
was.
Joker. He was, yeah. I and, did anyone here ever make him not fall in love with Edie?
Look, we may be monsters apparently who don't like Conrad Werner, but we're not that monstrous.
Okay,
But I did
alright.
kill her.
So did
Uh,
I!
no, kind of like, cause so did I too. But I killed her because of indoctrination theory, and I refuse to accept anything else.
I killed her because I believe Reapers are the devil, and that organics all the way. USA! USA!
Well, I never. I've played that game so many
And I want
times, and
Shepard to live.
that too. And I want Shepard to live. I want to destroy the Reapers. It just always seemed like the right choice. And it wasn't until I think a year before we did the first Mass Effect episode here that I look back and I'm like, wait a minute. Is that Edie's name on that board? Oh fuck, I've been killing her all this time. And I was like, I wasted all that time getting her and Joker together just to her. So
You only
sorry.
you broke Joker's bones and heart.
I mean,
No,
to
she
be
broke
fair,
his bones.
with how his body is, I mean, he got maybe a good year left if he's like
They
Oh.
had to nerf him. They were like, he's funny, he's attractive, he's talented, he's smart, he knows that he is all of those things.
Yep.
Break his fucking bones.
Let's make him a cripple.
Some mob boss running over the baseball bat is like, hey
Wow.
buddy, we're gonna show you a little thing or two about Mass Effect, all right?
We're gonna humble you really quick, alright? We're gonna bring you back down.
I hear you like being stuck in a
Wow.
chair.
Every morning, they break my legs.
Every night they break my arms.
Well, you know, in
I
that case,
cough. My ribs.
Joker is lucky then that they figured out something to do with him because BioWare has shown that if they don't know what to do with a character, they will just kill them. I'm talking to you, Thane.
Don't talk about my father that way. I'd call him daddy, and he is, but father feels more appropriate. You know what I mean?
And nothing of value was lost.
I'm leaving. I'm
Ooh.
done.
No,
Goodbye. I
no,
quit the
that's not-
fucking
Ooh.
podcast right now.
Wow.
Coots, that's where you insert a massive explosion. And
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in on your thing.
opening
Go,
Normandy
ba-da-bop,
sign.
ba-da-bop.
It's like, "Meow," Normandy going down, crashing. Like, help!
Speaking of that, I'm pretty sure we talked about this in the last one, but so okay, as far as like the story writing goes, usually, and this is something that happens in my book, and so I greatly fear to write it because it is typically a trope that does not go over well with audiences. When you have an initial cast of characters that becomes replaced with a new cast of characters in like, you know, the second, third installment or whatever, it usually doesn't go over very well. But with Mass Effect 2, I would very greatly argue that Mass Effect 2 is the best Mass Effect of the entire fucking series. I would say Mass Effect 3 is the best, but the ending sucked so fucking bad it gets put down to second place. I love the first one, don't get me wrong, I don't mean to put it in third for like a hateful reason.
Make your decision
It's still
of
it's still a
colors.
very elevated third one.
We can all agree it is top tier video game, lower, not bottom shelf, but lower tier Mass Effect. It was different. It's very different.
Yeah.
It was the initial exploration. Welcome to the universe. Look at this broad, amazing, beautiful galaxy that we have created.
Now hurry the fuck
Explore,
up.
Understand we're new. And then Mass Effect 2, they established the story more.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
I feel it.
And the characters that come in the new world are like so vibrant and so lovable that, you know, it's not that you don't miss like having headaches and space racist on your ship. Well, space racist I could live without. But it's not that you don't miss them, it's that you love the new people too. And so, you know, having those like beacons of having Joker, of having Tally, of having Garrus, like they shine even brighter because they're like the remnants of something you no longer have. Also, on that note, Mass Effect 2, the way that you die in the beginning, you just die. You just die.
Yep.
You straight up die. You fucking choke to death, and then you fucking
Yeah, man.
re-entry into a planet. Like you are so fucking dead.
I had to watch my crack whore die.
Yeah, bro.
And it's like, what do
But
you
you know
mean? I
what?
just played through like at least a minimum 30 hours of Mass Effect 1, driving the fucking Mako, jumping with those little jets all over this random fucking planets, navigating lava and all these poisonous fucking bugs and shit, little otters
You know
or
what?
whatever the fuck. But then you die.
But you know what?
Yep.
At the very end, what they are showing, for as much of a hero as Shepard is, they are
He's mortal.
still human.
Yep.
Yep.
What I hate
It
about the
fits so
second
well.
one was the fact I was like, man, I'm gonna go look at all these awesome planets. There's so many cool side quests, and then I get to the end, I'm like, why is everybody dead? And my friend goes, yeah, you kind of have to speed run the second one to like save everybody. I'm like, but there was
Oh, no, you don't.
things. Oh, they told me to speed
No, you
run
don't.
it.
Yeah.
No. So the whole thing of what you do, you can get everybody and have them all be loyal and save everybody. The main thing
Yeah.
is you collect everybody first, do their loyalty missions, and then you go get the RFE thing. Then when you go to land somewhere, the whole event will happen. You can then complete legions and then go and have the final suicide mission.
Okay.
Mild
That's how you do it.
flex. Mild flex. Mild not a flex to follow into the mild flex. I love playing Mass Effect. It does like trigger my OCD tendencies a little bit, which is why I don't play it as much as I'd like to, because if I don't complete it 100%, it like really bothers me. Like the fetch, find the little fucking medallions or whatever the fucking in first one, I don't give a fuck. The little like rocks and shit that the Asari, like not Asari, the Turian like combat medal honors. Oh
There's an
fuck care.
Asari one too.
Yeah, and I think it's Asari teachings, the matriarch teachings. I don't fucking care about those, right? Like that's great, that's fine. I don't care, but I have to complete all the side quests. I have to. So when I started playing Mass Effect 2 for the very first time, I was like, whoa, I got to do all these like personal side quests. Let's do those first. Let's knock those out first. Oh, okay, like we're doing this. Oh, I got to upgrade the ship. All right, well, as soon as I get the money and the resources, bam, throwing that upgrade on there. Why not? Who gives a fuck? Then we get to the suicide mission, and I'm like, I'm just thinking logically. I'm like, all right, let's send the powerful biotic when we need to send the powerful biotic. Let's send the weakest member. Like, let's send. I love Morden. I wouldn't call him the weakest member. In fighting, I would. And I was like, let's send Morden back to the ship, you know, like let's send the squishies back, like let's make the tactical decision. I lost nobody. Not a single person on my first playthrough. And I was like, this was the suicide mission? What? Nobody fucking died. Like, okay,
I lost
all right.
everyone
And then
my
I go
first
online and I
playthrough.
watch the YouTube clips of like the caskets rolling out and like people losing everyone. And I'm like, what did y'all fucking fuck up? Because it was not me. Not me, baby.
I have to agree with Emma on the writing, but they took a big risk in the third game because you had the characters from the first game, and we fell in love with them, except for the racist. And then she dies in Vermile every time. I don't care.
Every time.
But I mean, like I have to, because otherwise I'm gonna have only one option to romance in the third game, and that's Steve Cortez. And he doesn't even come on missions with you. So anyway, and then the
Yeah, he
second
just
one,
complains about his dead husband.
exactly. Like you just got your husband died like 2 minutes ago, and you're falling in love with me. Like really? Like it just doesn't like. Now,
Wow,
granted, in
way to be a
this
stereotype.
we don't know how much time goes by from the beginning to of the game to the end. Like it could be weeks, months, years. I don't know. But I'm like that seems a little weird. You were literally just sobbing about your about your dead husband, and now you're in love with me. I don't know.
Literally
It's weird.
sobbing over a photo.
Exactly. A video,
It's
an
like
audio recording.
it's
But
like
now,
you're
to be
sitting there
fair,
crying.
he did not
Just
just die.
oh,
He died
yeah.
on Horizon.
Right.
But at the same time, you keep listening to that video, all of a sudden it's just like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, I like your booty." He's like, "Well, you're
Like,
dead
it's hard to
anyway."
say, the best way to get over someone is to get under someone new. But anyway, but
Lesbian
I
toothbrush, though, is my favorite.
yes, I love that. Then but you fall in love with the characters in part two, even though they're brand new. You have obviously Garrus and Tally on there as well, which is great. But then in
Liara.
part three, you kind of have well, ish.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Uh,
about 3. I
no,
apologize.
no, no. And then part three, you have Liara back, you have Tally, you have Garrus, you have but then you have some new
Well,
characters, like you have what's
maybe.
his name? James. And you would think
Vega?
that they're just different.
Yeah.
Vega, yeah. You would think that
I remember him because he
having
had big muscles. Didn't like
I know.
him. Liked looking at him.
I do. Oh, I like him. But you have him, and you think, oh, like this is just an add-on. Like no one's gonna like him, but he does have a fan base. So for 3 games, the writing was very good, especially the character development and everything. But then we move on to the 4th game in the franchise, which is Mass Effect Andromeda. Obviously, a whole new cast of characters, and they really failed to make you like their characters.
Or
There
even
was
tolerate.
or even tolerate. Yeah, there's not a single character on there that if they were to die, that I would be like, oh, I didn't hate all of them, but I also didn't love them, and I felt like the reason why is because Mass Effect 2 didn't try to make any of their new characters be copies of the original ones from part 1. They were all new characters, new motivations, but even though the Turian, not Turian, yeah, the Turian and Andromeda was female, she was still like Garrus 2.0.
Oh my god, I have an opinion on that as well. But
Yeah.
I won't let
And
you
then
finish first.
yeah, and then the Krogan on your team is basically Rex. Like they are like basically trying to make these characters seem like the originals to kind of make you like them, and it had the opposite effect. And I felt like the writing was just very, very poor in that. Like the only one that didn't seem like a copy and paste of a previous character was PB, which is the Asari. Now she had the interest in the ancient stuff and all that what like Liara did, but she was like a hamster on coffee. Like she was but but you still
She was
didn't really
annoying
like
as
her.
shit. I mean, I
Yeah.
fucked her, but I didn't like it.
So wait, what's your opinion? You said you had an opinion on the female Turian.
Oh my god.
No, so I have an opinion when it comes to like strong BioWare cast versus
Okay.
weak ass bitches that are just copy paste literal Timu wannabes. So the main thing that I've noticed is Dragon Age Origin, beautiful cast of characters.
Yes.
Not Mass Effect, but Mass Effect 2.
Mhm.
Beautiful cast of characters. Mass Effect, let's be honest, it wasn't that hard to get a really strong cast for Mass Effect 2 because the original Mass Effect didn't have like their building blocks all together. They were still figuring stuff out.
That's true.
Yep.
I have a quick
You mean-
question.
What?
Do you mean beautiful as in like the overarching character and their personality, or do you mean beautiful like
To me, your
to look
tits.
I mean, hey,
it's
listen,
Allie, I have to clarify.
I mean, on God, like they're beautiful in both ways. Just the capability, like you can view them as real people. But when I think Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, Andromeda, Inquisition, and not Inquisition as much, but like with like Sarah, a little bit with Iron Bull and some of the other ones, and then for Veilguard, yes, I'm seeing it with this cast too. You can tell when they had weaker writers handling them, or the characters were just,
Yeah.
we need this person, but it has to be a new character. They feel so fake and phony and dislikable. And it's kind of really disappointing because that's the first thing that I see now in a trailer. And if I look at the character, I can almost immediately know if I'm going to like the cast or not.
You know what? I was a little bit unfair. I want to, and again, it's probably painted by the fact that I can romance them. When the game first came out, and you're playing as a male Ryder, that's the name of the character for Andromeda is Ryder. It could be either him or his twin sister, and you can't romance another male that's on your actual team. You can either romance the ship's mechanic, Gil, which is a very, in my opinion, very satisfactory romance. Or you can romance this criminal on one of the newer planets. And that one is just not satisfactory. Like there's barely anything to that romance at all.
I think it's just sex pretty much with him and weird flirting.
Basically, yeah, basically. And so I was like, this sucks. And then they realized that BioWare realized, and they did a patch to make one of the new alien species that's on your team romanceable by both male and female. So finally, by the fourth game, I can finally romance someone who's not human. And he is an Angara, and I have a picture. I don't know if I could see, like, yeah.
But it's also so disappointing because it's still like, wow, you really had that as an afterthought, guys.
Exactly. And
Really?
Listen,
It
they were
was
like lesbians all the way. Gay, not miss me of that shit.
So fun fact
mean,
though,
yeah.
Mass
But
Effect art book, the original Mass Effect art book actually said the Asari were solely specifically created initially to be the hot, sexy blue chick, like the
yep.
Twi'leks in Star Wars. Verbatim. BioWare nowadays would have never said that.
Nope. But I couldn't even get the Paramore achievement if I romance Gil or that thing because he wasn't a companion. So until they patched it, it allowed me to romance Jaw. I was not able to get that achievement as a gay character, which sucked.
Which is
Um,
bullshit.
but I would say Jaw, who's one of the Angara, and then Gil. If any of those two characters were to die, I would feel bad. But those were the only two characters out of an entire cast that I would actually feel bad about if they died. Um, a-
Yeah, same.
and don't even get me started on Ali. What do you remember the woman that her face was tired?
Oh my god, which one?
Like when you first get
Sorry, my
into
face is
the
tired. I've seen that clip.
dog. Yeah, what like her
Oh,
going to the
yes,
arc,
yes,
she's in
yes.
charge,
Mhm.
and she's like no emotion, and she's just my face is tired. I'm like, well, yes,
Yeah, and it's
clearly
like,
it is.
yeah,
Yes.
that's a bug, and they tried to make it a joke, and it's like, no, you're not fucking funny enough. You don't deserve to try and
Yep.
make this joke.
Yep. And it's I don't know. There was some good things about Andromeda. I'm not gonna try and say that there wasn't. But I can't say that it was at the level of the other games. I would have to put it in. I mean, it's the fourth game, and I would have to put it in fourth place because
I
it just
think
wasn't great.
they did a really great job with the exploration side of things.
Yes, and the battle
And
mechanics.
I was kind of iffy. I preferred 3's battle mechanics, but I liked how
Mhm.
they handled the Angara and how they're so emotional, and the
Mhm.
companion you get isn't this stone cold, "Oh, I'm a warrior and I'm the strongest guy here. I'll beat the fuck out of you," or "Unga bunga." Like, no, he actually tells you about his emotions. You get to meet his family. It's so sweet.
Yeah, that is so his romance is so satisfactory. Like I absolutely loved that romance. It was great. I like you when they love, they don't go halfway. They're a very, very emotion driven species. Emma, I have a feeling that if you were to play that game, that would probably be the only part of the game that you like is the Angara. I think you would totally love. And plus, he's also, a killer. So there's that. So yeah,
Real quick side note:
but
if anybody thought me and Emma were bored, we're not. We're just both autistic as shit.
I saw you
okay.
both
True.
laughing.
It's
Yeah.
true.
To
All
Emma,
right. So
picture
let's
going.
move
You've
on.
had your tism for like the last 3 minutes. Just
I know it's coming, dude.
All right, but let's
Sorry,
move
I
on
logged in.
to our. We all know there's a new Mass Effect game coming out. We saw teasers, and then the most recent one showed someone in like a trench coat, which BioWare's website is selling. I'm just saying, my birthday is coming up next month.
Listen
But
to me.
there's a
Listen to me. Hang on. Listen to me right now. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I had my heart shattered by Andromeda. I sobbed. I literally sobbed. I heard rumors. They said EA this year, or it's not an E3 this year.
Mhm.
EA is gonna talk about Mass Effect. They're gonna do another Mass Effect. I
Yep.
watched the whole fucking EA, which is not, necessarily. The EA puts on a good show. I think that was the year they had like fucking Jason Derulo come up and he tried to dance with somebody and it did not fucking work because she didn't want to dance with him. Maybe in the next year. It doesn't matter. EA puts on a good show. Is my point. But there's a huge section in the middle. It's called
Boy.
EA Sports. Get your head in the game. And I was ripping my hair out. I was like, I don't care about football 17. It's the same thing as football 15. It's the same thing as football 16. It's the same thing as hockey 14. It's the same thing as basketball 94. Okay? It's all the
Yeah, they're
same.
sweaty.
Fuck!
Arr.
Anyway, but I sat through EA Sports because I was ready.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
And at the end of the fucking EA conference, we get a like 10-second clip of undiscernible people walk. Actually, no, this is a different one. We just get like a clip or whatever, and it's like Mass Effect will return. And I cried. I was so excited. I cried. And then it turned out to be fucking Andromeda that everybody hated, and it wasn't even good. And the people who have played it are like, it wasn't that good. It was like 2 parts of the entire 30-hour game that I actually liked. And I'm like, okay,
God
well,
damn, we're
I'm
getting
not
a lot of
wasting my
emotions.
life. And so now We have the new teaser, which came out, what, 2 years ago? A year and a half ago? A long fucking time ago. And I'm like, I could. I could so get back into that. I really could. It's within the capability of my soul to give. But will
They
I
had a
give
new
a fuck?
teaser. They had a new
No, I
teaser
don't.
last
I haven't seen
November.
that. I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Was
Oh, for In
basically
Seven
just
Day?
yeah. I mean, it was
Mhm.
basically just someone in the new N7 trench coat that I mentioned. If you don't know what it looks like, BioWare is selling a replica on the website. You can take a look at it. It looks really cool. But
Bitch got
I want
heels.
yes, I want a character to kind of be revealed, and I don't know why you are basically giving me a Mass Effect fashion show right now. Um,
She hot.
but what are your expectations for the game, or what are things that you hope
No.
do not happen? So let's start
Oh,
with
this is cool.
yep. Talk about Coots. Coots, like what is something that you hope does happen in the game, and something you hope does not?
Something I hope that happens in the game is they include all the species that were in the first three games, aka the Quarians not getting lost in
Mhm.
fucking space. My hope they don't do is do retarded shit and go like, hey guys, listen, we all know that you like Mass Effect, so we put Garrus inside of a random cutscene in the 32nd hour of the game. That way you can go, oh look, it's Garrus. Like, if you're gonna do something new, do something new. If you're gonna do something different, do something different. Stop being like, look at all these cool references we can make for these kids.
Get your money. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did that in Andromeda
Yep.
because your father in the game is the Pathfinder, and he's supposed to help you find a new world in Andromeda. He dies, and then you go into his office and you find out that he had correspondence with Liara. So you actually hear Liara's voice talking to him and leave like these messages that they left, and then you realize, like, technically speaking, she would be the only one of them that could still be alive. Other than like
See,
Grunt or whatever
I don't
and
have
stuff
an
like
issue with
so.
that, but like I have an issue with it. This like we're gonna completely retcon lore and just put them in there for
Oh
like
yeah.
fans. Like, don't, please stop, please just stop.
Wouldn't mind a retcon. I wouldn't mind them kind of re-explaining what the fuck happened at 3. I really wouldn't. And I honestly, at this point, I low-key will refuse to play the game unless they fix 3. Unless the story is explicitly fixing what the fuck they fucked up, I don't want to play it. I don't want to live in a universe in any capacity where every decision that I made over a minimum 90-hour playthrough it culminated in fucking green, red, or blue. I don't want that. I want to see, and I'm not saying Shepard has to live. Of course, I want Shepard to live.
Mm.
And noble sacrifices can be beautiful and a very effective method of storytelling. But I want to see Shepard live. But I can live with a dead Shepard if what happens at the end of 3 is addressed. If we recognize that blowing up the fucking Citadel is gonna blow up all the fucking relay, what are they, Omega relays? I can't remember. It's been too goddamn long. Yeah,
Just
the relays,
Mass relays.
which would destroy local star systems entirely. Like I want them to address the shit that they fucked up. And if they have to retcon it and they have to be like they have to kind of like fudge over Continuum to make it work, I will suspend my disbelief. I absolutely will because I want to see how that story because they didn't end it. That walking out into like their fucking like Garden of
Wow.
Eden parable bullshit. They didn't fucking fix it. They didn't fix it at all.
Emma came into this episode pissed off beyond belief. Like her passion is like, whoa. But let me piggyback off that because I both agree and disagree with you on that. Like, let's be honest here. Yes, they could have done something where your choices could have let you have three very drastically different endings. That is possible. We all acknowledge that. But you also got there's sometimes where you feel like you are in real life in situations where no matter what option you pick, you kind of end up in the same result. And that does happen in real life. So like I don't view it as harshly as most fans do because you do have some differences obviously in the endings depending on which one you choose. Are they vastly different? No. Did they shoot themselves in the foot because they made a big thing about choices matter, choices matter? Yes, they did. So but I don't think it's totally unrealistic that we have three different yet very like still kind of similar endings in the third game.
4.
But I do. Well, what happens in the first three doesn't matter in part four because they're elsewhere. Um, Part four really, I don't feel like any of your choices really mattered at all. So like that would trigger you a lot more, Emma. But I do feel like in this new game, they're gonna have to make a choice. They're gonna have to pick one of those three endings, pick a color, and make that ending the canon. Because I don't know if BioWare at this point in time can handle three versions of the same game, like three storylines that it's gonna piss off fans. So I think best option is pick an ending, probably the destroy ending, make that canon, and then go from there. Because otherwise, I don't know if BioWare can handle it right now with the track record that they've had. They can barely keep track of one storyline in Dragon Age. Imagine they're gonna pick up on three
I
Mass
think they
Effect.
Do
secretly would.
think I do think though, like especially in a post Baldur's Gate 3 world where this game franchise that's been around for I want to say decades, I could be wrong, it could just be a
Mhm.
decade, but has been around for years and years and years was relatively unknown by the larger gaming community exploded because of the choices that you could make because I think it's like they have over 100 different endings where things it's like follows different characters but it's vastly different depending upon what you did during the game and I'm obviously like Larian Studios is not BioWare right but in a game like in a
Oh
world
no,
where
they made
we
the
have
first two.
seen yeah so like in a world where we have seen because at the end of the day I'm gonna go here, and I'm sorry, I always go here, but it always leads back. All
Can I
fucking
quickly
roads
say
lead to
though,
Rome.
real fast
Yes.
beforehand, let us also remember that this is a podcast and that it would be good to not shout into your mic.
Ah, my bad. Sorry,
And
I'm loud.
also that a lot of people will be listening to this audio wise, so have some variance in what you're saying and how you say it.
That's fine. All roads lead to Rome. All roads lead back to capitalism. And Baldur's Gate 3 made a shitload of money. A shitload of money. And if EA wants to make money, EA loves making money. They will ruin things because they love to make money so much. In a post Baldur's Gate 3, post Galt, you know what I'm saying, in BG3 world, I'm not saying they have to make three distinctly different games based off of the three different endings, but I think they left the ending so vague. There has got to be a way to weave it together to find something new to fix it.
4 is going to start with just, you're finally awake. Rub right into those reapers, just for the rest of us.
No, 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 no. Uh, um, Look, I want to say, and actually, Emma, the video I told you how I found the video that you and I made for the podcast, and I was able to kind of restore the audio a little bit. I emailed it to Coots. You actually mentioned that when I was talking to you about Dragon Age: The Veilguard, about you compared it to Baldur's Gate 3, and I made this point then, and I'm gonna make it again here. Like, I think it's very, I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 is an amazing game. I'm still playing it. I'm still finding new things. It's such a great game. It won year in Game of the Year, well deserved, and everything. You guys got me into it, fine. But I don't know if it's gonna be doing us any favors if we keep trying to expect Baldur's Gate 3 level on every other game just because it happens to be an RPG or whatever. Do we know that they could do better because Larian Studios was able to do better? Yes. But I don't know if it's going to be fair to expect that level of awesomeness from the new Mass Effect game. I'm hoping I'm wrong, and if I am, I will gladly come on this podcast and say I was wrong. They did it. But I just want to make sure that we, because we had to keep our expectations kind of low because the bar has been set really low by BioWare lately. As long as they don't do something stupid like, oh, Shepard survived at the destroy ending, but he was badly damaged, so they put him in some kind of stasis thing until he's healed, and that's how he's in this new game. As long as they don't do something stupid like that, I'm okay. I'm hoping that they are able to tie in Andromeda and things happening in the Milky Way in a way that isn't stupid, and I hope the storyline isn't rushed and that romances don't suck. And I hope, just that's just what I want. But I think we need to like realize that, Baldur's Gate 3 is an apple and Mass Effect is a croissant. There's no
Pineapple.
connection. There's no connection there. No, because if I say apple, there's a connection. They're both fruit.
Well, there is. They're
You
both
know?
still RPGs, but they both have different ways of
Yeah,
going about it.
true.
Mass Effect is an
Exactly.
apple. Baldur's Gate is a falafel.
I don't. Ew.
I would like to say when Mass Effect came out, it was the
Mhm.
falafel though. Like it
It
was the end all be all. It was your choices matter, and you had
Yep.
all of this, and it was the bar was Mass Effect, and then Baldur's Gate came in and blew it out of the fucking water. And I think that's partly just because Baldur's Gate is Dungeons and Dragons, and that's part of the beauty of Dungeons and Dragons is the player choice specifically, which is a different kind of medium than a more, and I hesitate to say linear, but a more linear type of story that you have with Mass Effect.
No, that's a fair assessment. It is very
Yeah.
much, when you think about it, very linear. I don't think BioWare's strongest games are their open world ones because they don't know what to do with that and they should just stop
No.
and honestly go back to linear. It's so much better to have a good game than just something that has been popular back in 2011 at this point. Let's be real. We don't need so many open world games. I'm so
I
old
just
and
hope
tired.
don't rely on nostalgia to make the next Mass Effect a success because nostalgia will only get you so far. You know, like I mean, I don't want like the storyline of they are in cryogenic stasis and that's why Shepard and their love interests are still in this game. Like would I love to see Kate and Alenko and Garrus and Tally again? Of course, I love those characters. I miss those characters, but I don't know how you can make that happen and make it. I can only suspend my disbelief so much. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just hope for my biggest hope is just good story writing. Make this a good game because if it doesn't, this will probably be the final nail in the coffin for Bioware. I
I
don't see them
think
surviving another bad game.
I think the high-heeled person in the teaser is Liara and Shepard's baby from when she did the mind meld in Mass Effect in order to understand the stuff.
I hope not. I really hope that because I mean, first of all, she would have given birth by now. What's the gestation period for Asari? I don't know.
I don't
But
know, but they never really say like how they go about extracting DNA. They just take it at some
they
point
don't.
and jumble it
They
up.
don't.
There goes
They don't
Emma
take
with
DNA.
Google.
They kind of go into it in Mass Effect 2. There's an Asari you can talk to in a bar. She's a
Mhm.
bartender, and she has a Krogan partner, and they have an
Yeah.
Asari kid, and she kind of goes into it, but they don't get into like the sci-fi science aspect of it. It's more like the
They
Star
say
Wars cool laser sword
Yeah.
rather than the like the phasers work off of this technology type shit.
they do explain. Quite a few Asari explain that they don't take the DNA from their chosen partner. They just use them to kind of like randomize their own to create the child. They don't actually take Krogan DNA and combine it with the child or take human or whoever it may be. But what I wish
But
they
yeah,
would
it's
explain is that
always
if you're not taking DNA from the other people and mixing it with your child, I want to know how on earth does two Asari create offshoots like the what are they called?
the
The
Ardat Yakshi.
Arayakshi, yeah. Like, how does that happen? Just because it's another Asari, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
that they didn't really explain,
Well,
but
they
I
kind of
don't know.
sounded like they were saying that the same as we're not female, we're monogendered. And it's like, okay, but we're still gonna call you female because that's how it's common colloquially known.
And you yourselves use she, her pronouns. Like you,
Goddess,
you
matriarch, matron.
you call your children daughters. You don't call them my child, my offspring. You call them my daughter, my sister.
You don't know what a
whatever.
patriarch is.
Yeah. But monogender does mean that you are only one gender. It doesn't mean that you have no gender.
No, yeah, it's
So
just
it does make
Mass
sense.
Effect did it bad. Mass Effect was the let's have blue, sexy Twi'lek
Yeah.
Asaris.
With
then
having
you know what?
just
I want to speak.
can we just have a pure matriarchy that way? Like my dream reality would exist, please.
That's the guy who hates the drow. Anyway, but I gotta get going because I'm late for date night. But I do want to say that if we have that, I would like a species of red aliens that are monogendered and they're all freaking male.
I'm down.
That's what I
That's
would like.
fine. Can they all have big dicks too?
That's how
Yes.
they compare who's in charge. The
Yes.
biggest dick is in charge.
Hold on. If you
It's
want to know,
dishonorable for them
wait,
to wear a shirt, and so they just walk around
Yes.
shirtless all the time.
Emma, I love you.
I mean,
I like that
technically, it
idea.
makes so much more sense for it to be a male monogendered world.
Yeah.
Penis in
And if
butt.
you Yeah, and if you want to know how they give birth, go on Google and look up hyenas giving birth, and that's how they would do it.
I
Ah,
will not be
yes.
doing that.
That great video of what happens to the females when they give birth to the clitoris.
They have a pseudo penis, and that's what it comes out of.
It rips
But
through
But
all
it's
it.
right,
bigger
well,
than the males.
yep. All right. So on that pleasant note, I'm gonna get going. I don't know if they're gonna continue this episode or not. After I leave, but thank you guys so much for watching, and bye.
Bye.
Hola.
Bye.